Hey guys, it's Carolyn. This is going to be a book haul for you guys. And I'm sorry that I look such a mess. We've just come from being on a little mini vacation. Well, I've actually been on vacation for a while, but it was like two different vacations. But we went on a little vacation this weekend, and so when we were packing up and everything, it was really hot, and so I kind of look a little bit gross. I'm sorry. But yes, these are it's a cumulative because I think I haven't done one of these in a couple weeks. But some of these are library books, some of these are books I got from the Salvation Army, some of these are books I picked up on my vacation. There's a few comics in here, there's some comic buttons, or comic shop buttons. So yeah, let's just dive right into it. Okay, first up we have 13 Moons by Charles Frazier. And cool thing about this, it's an autographed copy. But yeah, Charles Frazier wrote Cold Mountain, and which, if you guys, I haven't actually read it, but it was a movie that had Renee Zellweger and Nicole Kidman and Jude Law in it. But because of that, I had heard of Charles Frazier, and so when I saw that my granddad had this book, I really wanted to borrow it. And I'll read you guys the synopsis here real quick. It says, 13 Moons is the story of one man's remarkable life, spanning a century of relentless change. At the age of 12, an orphan named Will Cooper is given a horse, a key, and a map, and is sent on a journey through the wilderness to the edge of the Cherokee Nation, the uncharted white space on the map. Will is a bound boy, obliged to run a remote Indian trading post. As he fulfills his lonesome duty, Will finds a father in Bear, a Cherokee chief, and is adopted by him and his people, developing relationships that ultimately forge Will's character. All the while, his love of Claire, the enigmatic and captivating charge of volatile and powerful Featherstone, will forever rule Will's heart. In a distinct voice filled with both humor and yearning, Will tells of a lifelong search for home, the hunger for fortune and adventure, the rebuilding of a trampled culture, and above all, an enduring pursuit of passion, as he comes to realize, when all else is lost and gone forever, there is yearning. One of the few welcome lessons age teaches is that only desire trumps time. Sorry, I kind of went out of camera view there. I was kind of tilting to read. My bad. But yeah, I'm so excited to read this because the only thing close that I have ever gotten to reading about, I've read non-fiction about Native American culture, like different tribes and stuff, especially Cherokee, because we studied that when I was in school. But fiction-wise, the only thing I've gotten close to reading about Native American culture is Twilight, and I don't really think that counts, especially because, like, they're not even, like, Jacob's tribe isn't even, like, the central part of the story, so I really don't even think that that counts. So I'm just really excited to read this at some point. And the good thing is that since I've borrowed it from my granddad and it's not a library book, if I don't get to it soon, then that's okay. Here's one I'm very excited about. It is the Barnes & Noble leather-bound bind-up of American Gods and Anansi Boys by Neil Gaiman, and it is awesome because this cover is, like, this part is the American Gods cover, and then some of these actually have to do with Anansi Boys, some of these little symbols in the corner. And then on the back is a spider web, which has to do with Anansi Boys, and then I think some of these symbols are actually to do with American Gods. So it's cool because it's like a mashup cover on both sides, and the pages are silver, and I'm just really excited because this makes my, like, 6th or 7th Barnes & Noble bind-up, and or Barnes & Noble leather-bound. And also, I know that I said before that I couldn't get to American Gods because it was my friend's copy, but he was just really sweet. He actually works at Barnes & Noble, and they had, like, an employee discount thing, a couple weeks ago, and he was very sweet, and he bought me this. I mean, I paid him back, but it was like really, it was a lot off of the regular price, so that was very sweet of him, and now I have it for whenever I want it. Except he keeps urging me to read American Gods, like, as soon as possible, which, honestly, after reading Ocean at the End of the Lane, I really want to read it very quickly, so I'm pretty sure as soon as I'm finished with all my library books, I'm gonna dive into that. Okay, what's next? Okay, some library books. I got, Making Money by Terry Pratchett, which is the sequel to Going Postal. They're both part of his Discworld. They're both within his Discworld universe, and, they are both... Going Postal is the first story about Moist Van... I want to say Moist Van Lipwig, but that's probably wrong. But his first name is definitely Moist. And he runs the post office in, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name because I'm going to get it wrong, and I don't want people to yell at me. But anyway, this is the sequel to Going Postal. So it's the second book involving that character. And, wow, okay, that sounded very, country. But there's supposed to be a third one. I don't know. But, yeah. I'm really excited to read this one, and I'll probably read it right after Going Postal. And we also have Mr. Penumbra's 24-Hour Bookstore by Robin Sloan. I'm pretty sure I showed you guys this in my, July to-be-read pile, but, I know I haven't done a book haul with it yet, so I just thought I'd show it here. But I'm not going to talk about it because it's been all over BookTube. Same with Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. These two books I have been in my hold queue at the library forever, and I finally, I got this one right before I left for vacation, and this one I got today. So I'm gonna read these both sometime within the next, like, probably 2 weeks, because they're both, like, this one I have 3 weeks to read, and this one I have, like, 2 weeks to read, so in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I will be reading these. And I also got, from the Salvation Army, I got a few, which I know that I've said before, I think that I'm very weary about getting books from the Salvation Army anymore, because I found the Host there, and I got it home, and it had crud in it, and it smelled terrible. So The Host by Stephenie Meyer and, Forever by Judy Blume are actually the only 2 books, well, okay, maybe 3 books. There was another one that had a little chicken soup incident, that I have ever put in the recycling bin, in my life, and it was just because they were so damaged and gross that I didn't want to subject someone else to having to read them, because it was, like, so nasty that I was like, ew, no one, no. But anyway, but what I've done is, since then, when I go in there and I want to look at books, I check all the inside pages, like, I flip through them, I check the cover, and if the cover's gross, I just throw the cover away, and I also will, like, smell the pages while I'm in there, which is kind of gross, and it's also hard to tell, because sometimes it smells bad in there anyway, at least mine, like the one I go to, sometimes just smells bad anyway, because some of the stuff in there is so old, but, yeah, so I check them now. But anyway, I got The Power of Six by Pittacus Lore, and this was one of the ones where I had to throw away the cover, but I really love this cover because it's blue, and I love blue, and I love the blue on the side, and no, I do not have I Am Number 4, but this was only $2, so I figured, you know, why not? And it has, like, Lorien Legacies on the side, which is cool. Oh, wait, is that upside down? Yeah, Lorien Legacies. But, yes, so, yep, I'm excited about this, and again, I can't tell you what it's about, sorry, because it's a number 2, it's a sequel. Okay, next we have Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman. This is a if you can see, it has the little Barnes & Noble thing in the bottom. Again, I had to throw away the cover. But I've always, like, I've wanted to own this particular book, probably since high school, and so it was really exciting to find it for so cheap. I think it was like $1. So that was really exciting. Next we have Stuart Little by E.B. White. This has been on my list to read forever. It's just one of those children's classics that, like, basically since the first time I saw Mrs. Doubtfire, I have wanted, because the little girl in it just loves Stuart Little. And also I've seen the film, and the film is really good. So I've just wanted this book forever. And I will tell you guys what it's about. It says, he's one small mouse on a very big adventure. Stuart Little is no ordinary mouse. Born to a family of humans, he lives in New York City with his parents, his older brother George, and Snowbell the cat. Though he's shy and thoughtful, he's also a true lover of adventure. Stuart's greatest adventure comes when his best friend, a beautiful little bird named Margalo, disappears from her nest. Determined to track her down, Stuart ventures away from home for the very first time in his life. He finds adventure aplenty. But will he find his friend? And it sounds great. And I love the illustrations. They're just beautiful. And it says now a major motion picture. But I think this is from a while ago. Let me see. This is from... Yeah, this is from 1973. So, it's probably a reprint of the 1973 one, but it's probably like the cartoon version of the film or something. Anyway, next up we have Whitethorn Woods by Maeve Binchy. I was so excited to find this one because it is a UK edition of the book, and I just think that her UK editions, or the UK versions of her books, are just so much prettier. And also, since Maeve Binchy died, and I know that she won't be writing any more books, it's like I'm trying as much as I can to get any of the books of hers that I've ever thought that I really wanted to read. I'm trying to get my hands on to read, just because I know she won't be writing anymore. It's really sad. Like, I've wanted to read Circle of Friends for years, so I really need to go ahead and pick that up. And I also have Tara Road by her. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and read this to you. It is Everything is Changing in Rossmore. No longer a sleepy Irish town, nowadays it's a prosperous place, so busy that a new bypass has been proposed. The people of Rossmore are divided, particularly since the road will go through the Whitethorn Woods and the well dedicated to St. Anne, a well thought by some to have spiritual properties and by others dismissed as a superstition. Well-meaning curate Father Brian Flynn has no idea which faction to support. Nettie Nolan is being offered compensation for his land, but has a personal reason to save the well. Then there's the childless London woman who came to the Whitethorn Woods, begging the saint for help, with the most unexpected consequences. It sounds really cool. It kind of sounds a little bit like Casual Vacancy with the small town politics, but I'm guessing / hoping it's way better. Because, yeah, I believe I've told you guys, I got 100 pages into that book and returned it to the library because it was terrible. I just didn't like it. I mean, some people like it and that's fine, but I just didn't like it. Okay, and then I'm saving my favorite for last, so. And then we have comics. Actually, you guys, I'm gonna make this a two-parter real quick, because I don't want to have to rush through the next couple things. So, yeah, this is the end of part 1, and part 2 is coming. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Comment if you've read any of these books, or if you want to read any of them, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks, guys. Bye.